Payments, yet another event on in Dubai this week. Cards and Payments Middle East. Digital security company Gemalto have an in-store shopping experience this year at their booth. It's really to raise awareness on NFC, which is near-field communication. Lots of phones have it, but what is it? Let's talk to Hsin Hau Hanna. He's the Vice President for Global Marketing and Communications from Gemalto. Joins me now on the phone. Hsin Hau, it's good to talk to you.
Hi, good talking on the show.
So I'm interested in NFC technology. My last couple of phones have had it. I haven't, to be honest, used it a great deal, but it's here. We have contactless payments here, but it's been a long time coming to this region. Why is that, do you think?
It has been a long time, and there were two parts of the equation. One part of it is whether the telephones were ready, and one part of it is really whether the readers were ready. Readers being where you can use it to tap your phone. For example, in the shop, the point of sale needs to be NFC ready. If you wanted to use it at a ticketing station or perhaps one day the door of your car or the door of the hotel room, those doors and cars need to be fitted with NFC. So that's taken some time, but clearly both the handset manufacturers as well as the point of sale manufacturers, they are moving well ahead with NFC implementation. And probably what's more interesting is that NFC has really matured to be a way to interact not just for payments and for many other applications. For example, advertising, loyalty, for ticketing, for access to all kinds of information. And with that, you've really given a lot more players in the industry the incentive to build the NFC communication technology into everything that they do.
Okay, so partly it's the uptake, I suppose, but then also partly it's a very simple fact that consumers, we look at this with kind of trepidation, don't we? We're not sure about something new. And that's been overcome in lots of developed countries, in many other countries, but very much I think in this region, I suppose, cash is probably still king for a lot of people.
It is. You know, we actually did a survey in Dubai this last year, and clearly people do use a lot of cash. At the same time, we found that people were very much ready to use their mobile phones for commerce. We found some 85% of respondents that we did in Dubai say that they were ready to use their telephone, specifically NFC, to conduct commerce. Now, aside from the fact that, aside from the simple questions to say, where do I use it and does my phone work? I think there's a lot of consumer education about, which app do I use? Is it safe? How am I protected? And NFC, when it's done well, it offers banking level security. It's like using your secure banking card. So if you got the right implementation for secure NFC, it's very important that the service providers communicate to the consumers so that they know how to use it, where to use it, and that it's safe.
And that's the problem, isn't it, for a lot of people? I mean, I guess I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so I have NFC on my phone. I could, in theory, pay for stuff on my phone. But what if I lose my phone? It's not going to be that difficult to get into it. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, at least.
Well, it's a lot like your let's say, your chip payment card that you already have here in Dubai. You think about a chip payment card. If you want to pay a certain amount, you have to enter your PIN number. That's one example. There are other ways for you to ensure that you don't have a problem. So PIN number is one very obvious way. Some of the other ways to prevent the sort of security issues if you lose your phone, the ability to then remotely turn off that NFC, let's say your bank account or your payment application on it is one way. Some of the security feature that we've also seen are things in the industry what they call device fingerprinting. So they do a little bit of analysis to see, if you make a transaction in Dubai and then in a very short time after you make another transaction in Abu Dhabi, that sounds like something's not right. So there are quite a few security measures both on the side of the device itself on your telephone, as well as in the back-end system that can cross-check to make sure that we minimize the risks.
So assuming we get around all of these things and we're happy, we're comfortable with near-field communication technology, there's also the fact that not all of the big boys, and I'm specifically thinking of Apple here, are embracing NFC, are they? Why haven't Apple adopted it? I mean, there's some speculation, I guess, over whether the new iPhone, the number 6, will be NFC enabled, but what's holding Apple back?
Difficult for me to know exactly what's going on inside the camp of Apple. As far as smartphone is concerned, great. The big boys, as you said, have adopted it. You look at all Samsung phones now, the latest generation, they are all NFC ready. Most of the new LG phones are ready. HTC phones are ready. You're right. The iPhone is the one that until the last generation of iPhone 5S does not have NFC. I can tell you what it is. It is not a problem of the technology. Okay. If Apple wanted to include NFC into their phones, technologically speaking, it is very, very simple. So it's difficult for me to speculate what the thinking inside Apple, but I think there's going to be an iPhone 6 coming out again, so you can, if you just go online, you can see all the speculations mounting again. So I think we're all getting quite excited to see what iPhone 6 will have.
Finally, Hsin Hau, talk to me a little bit about your booth at Cards and Payments Middle East this week. You have an in-store shopping experience there. What are you showcasing?
It's actually a great opportunity for us here to talk to some of our traditional customers like the banks here in UAE, as well as the telecom operators. Clearly, when it comes to shopping, and especially shopping with your mobile phone, this is the world of banking services crossing over with telecom services. Right. And it's a great opportunity for us to show some of the latest applications we have that really focuses on user experience. User experience meaning the applications that you have on the mobile phone, using NFC technology to then pick up items in the shops, put in your shopping basket, to pay securely, as well as when you enter a shop, how can you tell the shop that I'm in the shop so that you can get some coupons or advertising and so on. So the number of different applications in an actual shop environment that we've set up here, so you can actually come and try it out, what it's like to take an NFC phone, go around the shop, pick up items, pay for it, get coupons and so on. It's quite dynamic.
Hsin Hau Hanna is the Vice President for Global Marketing and Communications from Gemalto, in town for Cards and Payments Middle East. That's on at the Dubai World Trade and Exhibition Centre this week. Hsin Hau, good to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.